What's good? Coming at you with another video. Today's video is the Blancpain 50 Fathoms. This is the Flyback Chrono. I was lucky enough to get this on loan for a little while from Chris Ward over at ECJ Lux. So I'll leave a link down in the description. They've sent me in a whole bunch of watches. I'm sure you guys know them by now from my other reviews. They sent me in, I don't know if you remember, a while back. I was lucky enough they sent me in the Bath Escape a while back, the ceramic model, which was really killer. And then this model is part of the automatic. I think I'm probably butchering that name, but it's part of that lineup, I believe. And it's cool to be able to see both different ones in person, because I always want a Blancpain, and that's definitely Grail material. I mean, like, way up there is, you know, kind of hot horology. It's a brand that a lot of only watch people know. And of course, quick retouch check. Speaking of, I'm wearing the Zen 104. I haven't worn that for a little while, so I figured I'd put that on. But it's a brand that only a lot of watch geeks know about, because it's actually, a lot of people don't know, unless you are a watch geek, don't know that Blancpain was the first release diver back in 1953. It was commissioned by the French Navy, and they were working on it at the same time that Rolex was working on the Submariner. But Blancpain, you know, pulled the trigger first and put theirs out first, which is pretty cool. Kind of a little bit of history of the brand. I'm not going to go into the full history. Everybody knows all the history of the brand and everything like that. But this is definite Grail material. Now, the one thing I will say is, at this price, it is a bit pricey. This is one, I feel like, personally, me, if I was going to get something like this, this would be something, if I had everything, or I had all the money in the world, that I would probably buy something like this. The price on this one is $18,400 retail, which is really killer. But it like I said, at this price, for me personally, I would probably buy a VC overseas. That's just me, and it's awesome to be able to get to see this Grail watch in. Between this one and the Bath Escape, I'm not sure which one I would pick. I would probably pick the regular automatic dial over that. And the size on this, don't let the size specs on this throw you off either, because it actually wears really well for the size. And I'll show you, go down and show you on the desktop what it looks like on my wrist and everything like that. Don't let the size specs throw you off, because it's kind of like a Seiko. It kind of wears a little bit smaller in this back state. Anyways, we'll go down to the desktop and show you guys the watch. Here is the watch in question. As you saw in the little beginning insert video, showed this book is a pretty killer book. If you hadn't tried that book out, C-Time is really killer. If you're the dive watches, to have that little insert on the Blancpain history, pretty cool. But this is the Flyback chronograph. I'm not normally a big chronograph guy, but this actually works really well on this dial. And this is almost, I don't know if I can catch it on the camera, but this is almost like a sunburst kind of blue dial. Of course, you can see the pushers. You got the one pusher here at the 2 o'clock and the other pusher here at the 4 o'clock to work the chronographs. Got the second and everything going around there. And then you got a pretty clean dial overall. You just got the 12 over here, then the Blancpain 50 Fathoms. This comes with the Blancpain caliber F385 movement, which is really nice, really reliable, 50-hour power reserve. And this comes in, their specs on their site say that it is a 40, almost 43, a little over 43. But I feel like it's more like a 45mm. Bezel action, unidirectional bezel. Bezel play is actually really good, really solid bezel, as you would expect at a watch in this price range. Like I said, this is an $18,400, excuse me, watch. And I can see the quality in it, and this is definitely a hot horology piece. This is for that guy that has almost everything. You know, he's already got part of the Holy Trinity. He's got, you know, there's 3 from the AP. He's got the VC. He's got the Patek. He just wants something a little bit different, I feel like. And he has a little bit more money to spend. You can see the Blancpain on the case. Clean beveled edges around the bezel. Sapphire crystal here, domed. And with a cushion case, it wears really well. Here's the case back. It is water resistant, 30 bar. Of course, screw down crown. You see the Blancpain logo there. And that blue, like I said, that blue is a killer blue. It's almost like a sunburst kind of blue. The pictures just don't do it justice. About the only negative I can think of on this watch are the 23mm lugs. I don't know why companies do that, like Zenith and Blancpain make the odd size lugs so that you can, I guess that's so you have to buy their straps. Because not a lot of aftermarket companies make 23mm lugs, but this is pretty comfortable. It's almost like a sailcloth strap. Pretty comfortable, wears pretty well. This has got the point clasp. Pretty decent mechanism there. Comes on and off pretty easy. Like I said, for the size, this 45mm, at least it fits my 7.5 inch wrist pretty decently. I'll show you guys what it looks like here on my wrist. I'll take the Zen off. But like I said, this has been really killer to see in person. And like I said, this is a lot of people. It's one of my girl watches. And this is one of those watches that, like I said, only watch collectors know, just like the Zen. Only a watch collector is going to know it. What it is. A lot of people don't know what Blancpain is. A lot of your non-watch collectors don't know what Blancpain is. This is definitely one of the ultimate kind of under the radar watch. Like I've worn this out. I've worn this out to dinner and everything like that. Nobody, looked twice at it. They think it's like a nice chronograph, something kind of like a Citizen or something like that, which is kind of cool. If that's the look you're going for, that's the look I kind of like. I don't like to be real flashy. There you can see the Blancpain, the 50 fathoms on the clasp there. Really nicely done. It is 316L still, and like I said, this watch, for as big as it is, actually wears really well. It's about 45mm. It has a little over 15mm thick case. It is a pretty thick case, but of course for a hardcore dive watch, you gotta have a thick case. As I said, this was commissioned back in the day. Not this particular model, but the Bathscape, I believe, was commissioned for the French Navy, the combat divers. Part of that history. And then the man that actually made Blancpain kind of famous was Jacques Cousteau, of course, as you guys know the history behind that. I was reading in that Seaton book there, a little bit of the history. Jacques Cousteau made it famous in his underwater diving expedition, his one of the first color pictures to show the underwater world, and he wore Blancpain 50 fathoms, of course. So he kind of put them on the map. They were known among hardcore divers back in the day. Like I said, overall, I definitely recommend this watch if you have the money for it. It has been really cool to see and try on in person. And that sunburst blue dial is just killer. This and the Bathscape would be hard to decide between. I do really like the ceramic Bathscape they sent in a while back. Like I said, overall, definitely give this one probably a 10 out of 10. Even for the size, my 7.5 inch wrist, it fits really well. But anyways, guys, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think down there about the watch. Really killer piece. I appreciate you, Chris over at ECJ Lux, for sending this in. Alright guys, peace.